Today is one of those days that you wish you had the power to change things overnight. Unfortunately, I do not have that power, but that's why I am putting my anger, my pain, and my feeling into this particular video today. And I hope that this video would go a long way to guide your path, to inspire you, to direct you, to touch your heart, and also cause you to demand what you deserve. In today's video, I'm talking about what you should not tolerate in a relationship. My sister's best friend was beaten to death by her boyfriend, not even a husband, a boyfriend, which is really horrible. Also, another amazing woman was killed by her husband. Last year, I also heard about the news of a husband shooting his wife to death in the US. This is very sad. That is why I'm doing today's video. I hope that you pick a few lessons from this video to guide yourself. The moment you step into a relationship and you feel this is not good, the moment you begin to see behaviors, attitude, character, and things that are not pointing to the right direction, don't sit there. Flee for your life, because your life is very important. Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. You can see my demeanor is not the best of it today, but pardon me because I'm so emotional at this time and I'm quite in pain because of all that has happened. Thank you so much for returning to my channel to watch my content. And those of you who are new here, hello there. Welcome to all our new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing and joining this amazing family. If this is your very first time on this channel, my name is Rita Siao. I am an educator, public speaker, and the founder of a non-profit organization called Feminine Star Africa, where we work so hard to empower young women. This is why women empowerment, women issues are so important to me. Okay, so let's delve into the topic for today. And as I mentioned, the topic for today is what you should not tolerate in a relationship. I'll start by saying, when you find yourself in a relationship where you feel you are being manipulated, please flee for your life, because this person begins to use different kinds of things to manipulate you. When someone uses guilt to make you do things that you do not want to do, or the person does not take no for an answer, then you should know that that is not a relationship that will lead to anything good. That is a toxic relationship, meaning that this person would go any length to make you do what you do not want to do, just for them to be happy. And you do not owe anybody the responsibility of making sure they are happy. No, you don't owe anyone their happiness. You don't. As soon as the person begins to say, when you really love me or you really care about me, do this or that, be sure that that is a manipulative relationship, because the person is trying to turn, even though you do not want to do that thing, even though it is against your faith or your belief, even though personally you just don't want to do it, this person begins to force you. For example, you are dating someone and the person asks you to move in with him, and you keep telling him, no, I am not interested in this. No, I do not want to move in. No, I don't feel I am ready. This person continuously, consistently asking you the same thing in different ways and wanting you to agree to this. The moment the person begins to use all these tricks to get you to do what you do not want to do, you should know that that is somewhere you should not go. They can keep doing this until you get to a point where you say, okay, all right, let me just do it to make him happy. The moment you break that point of wanting to make somebody happy and not yourself, or know what is good for you, then you should know that you have been cornered, you have been manipulated. Secondly, someone with a chronic anger problem. The person blows up all of a sudden for no reason. The person begins to use anger to control you. Alright? The person begins to make you feel uncomfortable around them. This person uses anger to control everything. Your conversation, what to eat, what to wear, what not to do, everything about you, everything about the relationship is controlled by anger. For example, this person says, wear this dress, and when you do not wear the dress, the person becomes so angry with you. And whenever you are in their presence, you coil in. You don't know what to say, what to do, because you are always worried that next word that may come out of your mouth may cause anger, or you are always worried that the next thing you might do around the person may make him angry. So anybody who has chronic anger issues, anger over every little thing, anger over your words, anger over your actions, anger over just insignificant things, please watch out and walk away from such a relationship, because it is a toxic relationship. This person has anger issues and he or she would use the anger to manipulate your whole life, to control you in a way that you just cannot bear it. In their presence, you are just restless. That is not a relationship that is worth living in. That is a toxic relationship. A relationship in which the other person puts you down just to feel better about himself, or generally just puts people down, people around him, friends, families. When they are having conversation, he'll just give, answers and responses that put the other person down, just so that he feels bossy and, happy and okay with himself. When anybody puts other people down, he or she is undermining those people, and that is what gives him or her joy. Anybody who does that is a toxic person that you do not want to have in your life. When you are together, the person looks out for things that makes you feel bad about yourself just to make him feel good about himself. That is a toxic relationship you don't want to stay in any longer. When you find yourself in a relationship where you feel so much sense of insecurity in the other person, the person always wants you to keep reassuring them of your love. The person begins to exaggerate things and imagine things, begin to tell you things you've not done, accuses you of something you've never even thought of, something you've never done, something you would not even do. As soon as you begin to see that, please know that that is a no-go area. Imagine that you are dating a young man who is always saying, hey, I saw you with this guy, but actually at the time the person is talking about, you were nowhere with any guy. Who just calls you and say, hey, I've been calling you several times, you didn't pick up the call, while you didn't even miss a single call from him. These are obvious signs that the person is excessively insecure. They have a high sense of insecurity, for that matter. They don't even believe you. They don't even know what is real and what is not real. With such a person, you will do everything you want. You will do everything you can to prove how much you love them, but it wouldn't change anything at all. Such people criticize you for non-existent things you've never done, things you've never imagined ever doing. And they become so judgmental of every little thing and every action you take. Sometimes you speak and they will judge you based on that. They will say, oh, you don't love me, that's why you're doing this or saying this. Oh, you don't love me. Anybody who is excessively insecure, you should be very, very careful about dating such a person, or even going to the extent of marrying them. Imagine you are in a relationship with someone who tells you don't look good in braids. For that matter, you feel like you can't have braids on your head. You go to the salon, you look at beautiful hairstyles in braids, and you're like, no way, I can't do this. And you went ahead and had your braids anyway. This person looks at you with your braids on and say, haven't I told you don't look good in braids? Why did you go ahead to do this? It means you don't respect me. This person is controlling. That is an attitude of someone who is very controlling. In such a situation, you are always careful about what you do. You always do things just to please him or her, so that no problems come up or no issues come up. You don't feel any sense of freedom. You don't feel any sense of, owning yourself and wanting to do something that pleases you, or something that makes you happy, or something that gives you pleasure. Every single thing you do, this person sees something wrong about it and wants you to do only what he agrees with. That is a toxic relationship, and it wouldn't take you far at all. Anyone who makes you feel you do not respect their opinion or their ideas and their thoughts, just because they're asking you not to do something which makes you happy, which makes you come alive, and you decide to do the opposite, that person is controlling. Don't give in to such a relationship. Don't tolerate such things in a relationship. These are things you cannot accept. The moment you accept this and begin to satisfy the person's need, control, you would get to a point where your whole life is in shackles. You just can't move on. You can't walk away, especially when you go ahead, fall in love, probably get married, have kids, and you are with someone who is controlling every move. You have no freedom. You are more like a slave to the person. This particular one is very, very dangerous. Anyone who has a punitive mindset, the mindset that people deserve all the bad things that are being done to them, or all the bad things that is happening to them, meaning they have the mindset that if I slap you because you deserve that slap. If I kick you or I do whatever to you, I physically abuse you, I abuse you physically because you deserve it, or because you have made me angry, because you have caused me to do that. Anybody with such a mindset is a toxic person that you do not want to spend your life with, a toxic person that you do not want to tolerate. People with punitive mindsets would lay their hands on you, come back to apologize to you in this way. They wouldn't come and say, I am sorry, I shouldn't have done that, I would never ever do that again. But they will come and say, why did you make me do this? Why did you make me slap you? Why did you make me do this? I wouldn't do that if you didn't make me angry. I wouldn't do that if you didn't cause me to do it. Such people have punitive mindset. They feel that they can beat people up, slap you, do anything to you, cause you any kind of harm because you deserve it. If you are a young woman, a young man in a relationship, and you feel any sense of punity from your partner, I am asking you to please walk away or just flee that relationship because it is not yours. You deserve better. Any attitude that someone demonstrates to you which is not pleasant, which does not add value to your life, which puts you down, which affects you emotionally, psychologically, physically, please do not tolerate this kind of attitude in a relationship. This is a very serious issue we need to look at. Sometimes we take things for granted. We see the signs, but we ignore them. We feel the person will change. People do change as they mature. But let me tell you, there are some things about people that would never ever change. So, when you are in a relationship and you realize that the relationship is toxic, please have the confidence, the boldness to walk out of that relationship before it is too late. So many women have died in relationships that they were abused. They kept quiet over it because they thought the person would change. Some kept quiet over it because they did not want to destroy their marriage, because they were thinking about their children, because they were thinking about what society would say, because they were thinking they were going to lose an opportunity. What society says doesn't matter. What people think about you doesn't matter. What people make of you does not matter, so long as you walk away and you feel free and feel happy and have life to live so much ahead of you. That is what matters. Never entertain the fear that when I walk out of this relationship, I wouldn't meet any good person. Never entertain the thoughts that all people are the same, nobody is good, no way is better. No. There are better human beings out there who will treat you well with respect. These kind of people that you are tolerating do not deserve you. My sister's best friend died at the point where she was actually planning marriage with a young man. They were even on the course of doing their counseling. At a point, the marriage was called off for a while by the church because they realized the guy was demonstrating attitude and behaviors and things that do not order well. Unfortunately, my sister advised her friends several times to leave this guy because she has experienced abuses from this guy. Several occasions, her friends still kept this guy around, kept shielding this guy until the very last day where she finally lost her life. There was nothing my sister could do because she has talked to her, she has advised her, the church had talked to her, people have talked to her, but she felt she loves this guy so much and wanted to change things. So my advice to you is, Don't wait until it is too late. Don't wait until you can't do anything about it. Don't wait until you are killed. Because when that happens, that is the end. Relationship is to be enjoyed. Relationship is not to be endured. So as soon as you find yourself with someone that every blessed day is an endurance, please advise yourself. That's the best advice I can give you. Walk away whilst you still can. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate your support. I invite you to join this amazing family by subscribing to this channel. If you are new here, share it with other people so that they can also benefit from these videos I'm sharing. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.